Welcome to Slanchava Fibers. This is a podcast about knitting, cross-stitch, and quilting. My name is Cheryl, and you can find me on Instagram as Slanchava Fibers or on Ravelry as Slanchava. And I'm coming to you from Newfoundland, Canada. Very sunny Newfoundland today, which is really nice. I hope you had a really good weekend, whether you're celebrating Easter or Passover or just the fact that the sun's shining. I hope it's been really nice. I'm just going to show a few projects that I've been working on this week. One finished object, three, I think, works in progress, and a new start. So first off is a finished object, which is my after party sweater. And this is a pattern by Astrid Troland. And you can find this in Lina Magazine number 6. And I knit mine out of Estelle yarns. They're alpaca merino fine, which is 55% merino, 25% nylon, and 20% alpaca. And I knit mine in a gray and burgundy. I did do a few modifications to the pattern. I didn't want as much ease as what the original pattern calls for. So I did knit with the recommended needle size, but I'm quite a tight knitter, so I didn't bother doing a gauge swatch because I knew that it would be smaller anyway. So mine is more fitted. And I also knitted the body slightly shorter than what the original called for, so it will fall at my waist, slightly cropped. And I did elbow length sleeves. And at the top here, I wanted my neckline to be more open, so I did not do the last set of decreases before the ribbing. So that'll give me more of a boat neck when it's washed and blocked. And I really like how it turned out. I wasn't quite sure if it would fit because I really didn't do a gauge swatch, but it fits wonderfully. And once it's blocked, it's going to be even better. I'm really happy with how this turned out. So again, this is After Party by Astrid Troland and knit out of Estelle yarns. And works in progress. I have 2 cross stitch this week. The first one is Plague Doctor by Busby Designs, and you can find this on Etsy. And I'm stitching mine on a 40 count linen from XU Designs in her oil green color. And last week I was just up here at the top of the hat, and I just started the brim, and I was hoping to finish the brim this week, which I did. And I'm using the called for DMCs that are in the pattern, and I love how this is turning out as well. I usually go for very saturated linens, and I think he looks fantastic. And the next cross stitch that I have is by Midnight Stitching. It is Quaker Welcome. And I am stitching this on a piece of 40 count linen from Victoria Motto Sample Shop. It's a really pretty modeled, lightly modeled pink. And I'm using DMC 939, which is a very dark navy, and I really like this color combination. So last week I was down here, I had these 2 flowers done in this motif, and I managed to finish the rest of it and start on the second one. So this is what I'm going to focus on this week. I'm going to put down Plague Doctor, and I'm going to focus on this. So hopefully I should be able to get this finished probably this week or the beginning of next week. And then whatever's left for the month of April, I'll pick up Plague Doctor again and do as much on that as I can. But I'm going for a finish on this one. And again, that's Quaker Welcome by Midnight Stitching. And for my knitting work in progress this week, I am working on Dreamboat, which is by Plucky Knitter. This is a DK weight shawl, and it is quite large, and I absolutely love it. I do love a large shawl. This one is triangle, and it has a broken rib texture all over the body, and a twisted rib for the ruffle hem at the bottom. And I just have about 4 more rows of this to do, and so I'll be able to finish that up tomorrow. So there's quite a few stitches on this ruffle, so it does take me quite a while to get through, but I'm really happy with how far I've gotten this week. So I was up here where the stitch marker is, and again I only have about 4 rows left and then bind off. And this big girl is going to be done. And I am knitting this out of Dye for Yarn. Their DK base, it is Meralia. They're found on Etsy. And this is an extra fine merino, baby alpaca, and yak mix in colorway Ghost, which is their undyed. And this is a beautiful yarn to knit with. If you have a chance, you should definitely check it out. It has a beautiful drape because of the yak and alpaca, and it is extremely soft and beautiful. And I love how this is turning out. Again, there's the twisted rib at the bottom. And so hopefully I'll be able to bind this off tomorrow, and then I'll be able to wear it. It stays quite cool here in Newfoundland for probably until after May 2 weekend, so I'll still be able to use this, especially in the mornings. It's pretty chilly. So I'll still get some good use out of this. And that is it for my works in progress. I do have one new start this week, and that is knitting. I did start a new sweater. I did a swatch and cast this on last week. This is Jailbird Blouse by Amy Apple, and she is Poison Girls on Instagram. And this is just a little 1950s style striped sweater, fingering weight. And I'm knitting this out of Zen Yarn Garden, the maroon, which is their MCN base, their Serenity 20. And the white is just an undyed that I had in my stash. I'm not quite sure what it is. And so this is the back part. So you cast on the back, and then you cast on the front, and then join them for in the round. So hopefully I'll get some more of this done this week. And yeah, there we are. And I really like how this is turning out as well. And so that is it for my projects this week. I didn't get to my quilt, which I was hoping to, but I didn't get to it this week because I was too lazy to. But this week I hope to get probably one day in on it. So I'm hand quilting this. It's just a regular old log cabin quilt. And I did this with different blues and different whites in this part. And I'm just going to stitch in a ditch and quilt in between each of these little blocks here. And so it does take me quite a while, but I'm hoping to, for one day, I'm hoping to get stitching on this week. Usually I'll try to get 1 day a week on it. I just didn't last week. But hopefully I'll get some time put in on this as well, and I'm really looking forward to getting this done. Get out. Cat's going for all the yarn now. I love blue and white. This is my favorite thing to stitch on. I love blue and white. And that is pretty much it now. What I'm wearing, I have True Friend by Vera Valimaki, and I knit this up last year. Again, this is knit out of, the blue is Zen Yarn Garden Serenity 20, and the gray, which is the main color, is Hypothesis Yarns. Just in her sock base, her 80/20 sock base. I knit this up last year, and I really liked the mitered corners and the stripes that it created. It's a really interesting construction. I quite enjoyed knitting this, and it is one of my favorite sweaters. Again, here's the mitered corners. That's what drew me to the pattern. I really liked that. And yeah, so plans this week. I'm planning on finishing up my Dreamboat, and hopefully I can get a finish on Quaker Friends, if not, close to it. If I do get Quaker Friends finished, I will work on my Plague Doctor, and hopefully get a few more stitches put on this month. And that might be it. Work on my quilt, hopefully for 1 day. I'll get some stitches put on that. And maybe some seedlings. I have some soil coming in tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get my seedlings started for this summer, get my vegetables started. Hopefully that'll work out this year. The backyard tends to stay a little bit cloudy, so we'll see how it goes. But that's it. So I hope you have a good day. Bye. Just one more thing. I had a delivery from a local artist here in town, and I've wanted these for a very long time. His name is Graham Blair Woodcuts, and he does wood prints, some tarot and some other illustrations that he does. They're all usually with a Newfoundland flair to them. So this is one that I received, and this is the Strength Tarot. And this was done in conjunction with the Merbais, who do a calendar every year. And the second one that I received was the Death card. And those are Graham Blair Woodcuts, and you should go check them out. Bye!